Oh, it's Domain! Hopkins.
You're early. Hello, I'm Rhys Nicholson.
I'm Kyren Nicholson.
And welcome to metropolitan bustling Coburg. This is our house. Come and have a look.
Don't open the cupboards.
We've lived here in Coburg for almost 8 years.
Yeah, we moved from Sydney because we could never, ever afford to live in Sydney, ever.
Unless we built like a tent on a car park that we bought for $120 million.
Beautiful tent.
You know, we wanted to move to Melbourne. It's where we work a lot. And so we took a few flights over here and then picked this house. It was a different vibe. I'll be honest.
It was very 90s style, sort of wide on grey.
Yeah, but like 90s come 2017, a very special time in design. And Coburg itself was kind of very different, I think, even 7 years ago. On the first day that we were moving in, a local man walked past us and said, "Here comes the neighbourhood."
That's us with a case.
That's us, hi. We knew that Coburg was kicking off when they built a barbecue place, a cupcake place, and they turned a prison into a shopping centre.
It's a cinema now.
Palace and jail. Come and watch Chopper. Come and watch Shawshank Redemption. Treat yourselves.
It used to be one of those tiny little packed, like a flat pack kitchen in the corner.
It was like one of those toy kitchens you would give a child. More Fisher Price than Fisher and Paykel. Does that work as a joke?
That's a good one. That's a funny joke.
Thank you. I'm a professional comedian.
And it was wide on grey on white. And that wasn't camp enough for us.
I'm so horny for this stove. I think about it a lot. Like it's got lots of big burners, obviously, but it's got 2 ovens. And it opens like that. Of course that works. Why are we still doing this?
I personally like that the dishwasher, when you empty it, everything that comes out of the dishwasher is here. Like you don't need to walk anything anywhere. We
used to drink, we used to do drugs, and now we tell camera crews about the nice things in our kitchen.
And it's always this clean. This is exactly how we live.
Yep.
Should we go to the living room?
Let's go to the living room. This is the dining area and reading room. I've not read any of these books.
I've read Call Me By Your Name.
Oh.
Yeah, saucier than the film.
Yeah, Kyren, he likes the classics. I'm more into future classics.
It's the one I haven't read.
Okay, that's hurtful.
This is where we eat the food that Rhys cooks in the kitchen, and it's great. That's the full review. It's really good.
This used to be a living room and then a dining room and then the kitchen, and it felt really cramped. And so we thought, no, it should be like a whole big kind of sprawling area as much as it can be in this house. It's kind of where we spend the most time. Like in the morning, I'll make breakfast. On weekends, Kyren sits there and reads the paper and I stare and doom scroll on my phone. Just a good, healthy marriage. It should feel very bright in here during the day, but then at nighttime we have lamps and we want it to be quite dark, right? Like kind of calm in here and kind of...
Which I think is the pink. Like it's really warm and gentle and...
A plasterer told us that this pink looks like we live in an old person's home.
It's a great Zoom background as well.
It makes me look so smart on Zoom. Should we continue to the soft room?
Let's go to the soft room.
It's just a living room, but we think it sounds gayer if we call it a soft room.
That plant's normally erect.
If the kitchen is the heart of the house, I think this is the brain and nervous system of
pulse.
Yeah, of our house. This is kind of Kyren's domain. This is where he comes during our dinner parties. What is the collective noun for alcohol?
It's a pandemic of booze.
That's a pandemic of booze in there. And just a soft close on this.
Yep.
Thank you, Cocoa Republic.
Isabella Rossellini is in the hall here.
This is actually an heirloom of mine. This was my father's and then my uncle's, and I've lugged this thing around from every house that we've ever lived in.
It's heavier than the house itself. This is the soft room.
Our dog has found her light.
Yes.
We wanted the TV to be not in the main space of the house. We come in here and we did this during the pandemic. We would watch movies, sometimes 3 to 4 movies a day. And then you'd wake up and maybe your head hurt a little bit. And so this is why we call it the soft room. This is kind of a recovery space in a way. Goodbye daytime, nice. This is where you come as well, Kyren, to play your instruments when you're feeling emotional about things.
Yeah, I bash things out instead of paying for a psych.
Yeah. Because when he talks, I switch off.
We don't know how to stake plants, so they all just
I don't even know what staking a plant means.
I don't know if that's the word. We got this from Facebook Marketplace.
A lot of stuff we have Facebook Marketplace in the house. I'm very pro Facebook Marketplace because you realise, did you know rich people are also trying to get rid of their stuff?
Yeah, he said that he was getting rid of it because his house had too much pink, which is now our problem.
Yeah.
These are the flowers that we had at our engagement party, which are now
Haunted. They look spooky.
But I feel like if we got rid of them, we'd have to divorce or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah,
so
probably.
they just gather dust.
But don't we all? Long story short, this is where we go when we're hungover. Should we look downstairs?
Let's go downstairs. Take that.
Let's work on a reason to be in this room. That is an artwork by an artist we really love called Catherine Brickman. I think we have like 4 of her works around the place. We pointed it out only because that painting is kind of dictated the entire house in a way that I think maybe she probably doesn't know. The colours from that are what we wanted this whole space to look like. We just realised how well the greens and the pinks went and like the kind of light wood of the frame. And so that's the whole house.
She went with some softer tones.
Yeah. We went with gayer ones. So these are the stairs. I would have liked an escalator, but it was expensive. This is the stairs in the hallway, or as I would describe it, they're kind of the heart of the home.
This is the heart.
Yeah.
You've got a big heart.
I have a huge heart, yeah.
Should get that checked out.
Yeah, I should go to the hospital.
This is like the hallway of Rhys. You've been painted and photographed by interesting and cool people.
I used to have better cheekbones and people liked to paint them. This painting by the artist Melissa Ritchie was hung in the Archibald and then kind of went on tour and then we bought it afterwards. An interesting fact about this painting, it's a reverse portrait of Dorian Gray. So I'm getting older and it's staying the same thing, but we can't look at each other because as soon as we look at each other, it reverses and I become very young.
Get you back to it.
Yeah.
And then your great-great-grandfather was a
My great-grandfather
comedian?
was a comedian. He was described as Scotland's king of laughter. And so this is a playbill. I get obsessed with the other people that he was performing with. Jill and Sandra Starr, precision dancing and singing. David Kane, the teenage comedian. It was a weird time and a dark time in entertainment.
And then should we go in here?
No!
Sorry.
This is my office.
Rhys has ADHD.
I have ADHD. And I think everyone with ADHD deserves a space that no one is allowed to see. It's kind of a full room equivalent of the third drawer down.
It's a 3-bedroom house and you will be seeing 2.
2. Yeah.
You married Zoe Coombs-Marr?
So Zoe Coombs-Marr, an amazing comedian and playwright and just general good artist. We got married years ago as protest of, we weren't allowed to marry our gay partners. And we planned it in a ramen shop on a piece of napkin. And so these are all the beats of our wedding. And you can see there's, at the end we wanted to sign a will. So Will Anderson came out and we signed him. There was Hannah Gadsby hosted it. Yeah, it was a big old time. Our parents met for the first time at my wedding when I was marrying someone else.
Yeah. I get along with the ex. It's nice.
Yeah.
Lots of rosé. It's not because we love rosé, it's because we hate it. And it's the only one we don't drink.
There is a system to this actually where there's the ones at the top we don't really care about, but the ones at the bottom I'm not allowed to touch, I've been told. There are rules in this house because once I was coming up the stairs during COVID and I opened a bottle of wine and it turned out to be a $300 bottle of wine we were cellaring. Oh dear.
Oh, well,
sorry.
it was tasty. That's Conan O'Brien.
Not me without makeup on. I opened for Conan and then I also got to do his TV show. And this is the little section. Kyren got this framed up for me. That was on my dressing room door when I was on his TV show. And me and Steve Rathkopoulos and Becky Lucas toured with him. And
We met him. He's lovely.
he's genuinely one of the nicest
Talked
people I've
about
ever
his
met.
golden retrievers.
Yeah.
And then there's a photo of you done by Gary Heary.
Gary Heary, who's like this incredible photographer who's taken photos of like Madonna and look him up. He's amazing. And we did this collaboration together where he was getting artists he would take our portrait and then we interacted with it somehow, like a chef like fried it and stuff. So I smeared makeup and nail polish onto mine because at its core, what am I except for makeup and nail polish?
So every time that we go to bed, I have to walk past this sort of shrine of Rhys.
And I get reminded I was once young.
You're looking very relaxed.
I've had a martini.
Yes. We have more art that we like here, which is an old friend of ours who made these tapestries And we thought they worked well here because
They're perfect metaphors for our personalities, I think.
Yeah.
Kyren is very precise.
the shears.
He's in there and we're talking about just in life, not just in this bed. And I'm really more of a hacksaw vibe.
Yeah.
I'm big strokes.
Yeah.
Or a coping saw, which I'm a not coping saw. This is like probably what we've done the least to in the house, but it's still like it's kind of perfect. This is like exactly how we want it to be.
Just made the carpets good. Just got that real cushiony under the carpet, you know.
It's very nice in here. We can make it completely dark in here. And I think even our bedside tables are quite good metaphors for who we are. You have crosswords, CBD oil, and a journal, and I have a LED light mask and 2 books I have not touched.
Hops isn't allowed on the bed either. Are you, Hops? Hops, come on. Come on, come on. She's not allowed up here.
That's the house. That's the bit of the house you're allowed to see. And, stop on by and maybe you can see a little more.
Yeah. This is going up on... Where's this going?
Pornhub.
Oh, okay.
We better get started.
Hop's out.
It is weird to think we've done all of this stuff, like kind of in the last few years. Like I think when you buy a house...
That was a mistake.
Your first house, you forget that you're allowed to do things to it.
You're not renting those walls.
Terrible, like, oh no, we're gonna lose the money we gave the landlord. No, it just turns out you have to fix it yourself and it takes longer. But now we are kind of leaving, and it's very odd to think that someone else is going to be living in here because this has been. I think it started as a house and then it turned into a home.
Oh, what is it now?
I would describe it as a domain. Now we've got to put the house back to the way that it was and the squalor that we usually live in.
Yeah, get some sort of reverse duster.
We love you.
Bye-bye. Real slowly. Close it real slowly.
Oh, thank God.